Hello everyone, welcome to ACV Customized. This is your host DCWF. Today I'm going to show you how to draw clouds. Seems like it's a pretty simplistic thing. Which it is. Hang on, let me see if I can get a little light. See if this will help any. It may help, it may not really help at all. Okay, well, we got a little light. Doesn't look like it's working perfect, so let's try that instead. There you go. So, here we go. Now we got a little light. Okay, so as I said, let's draw. I'm going to teach you how to draw clouds. So let's actually start up here in the corners of the pages. So, mostly, clouds can be drawn, well, you see different people. Everybody has a different style of drawing them. As you can tell, this is sort of my style right here. Let's see. Hopefully you saw that one. If you didn't, don't worry. I'm going to draw a couple more in here because, well, I'm having to look over the camera. I want to make sure to get it close so that way you can see the pictures. Okay. So now those are pretty large clouds. And depending on the picture we put with, those clouds could be very large in comparison to some of the other stuff. So let's try to do one that's maybe, I'm going to try to draw it thick enough that you can see it. Let's see, here you go. Now there we go. Now that one right there is really kind of a small cloud. This is not the smallest. You can go about like that. There right there is a much smaller cloud. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish drawing. I'm going to draw a couple more clouds right here. And let's see, I'm going to do, let's just do a real big one right here. They can be in all kinds of shapes. And then when you want to add details to them, you just kind of do this because, well, that's what you get. The more curvatures and lines and details you add, the more shape that you give them. There we go. And then, of course, if you put in a little extra shading and shadows, it'll also work. So let's see. Put those clouds right there. Now, you might ask, well, is there any, drawings that you can do that is just the clouds? So, we've got these clouds right here. So, let's do something kind of a little interesting. Let me show you that you can actually use them to do, you can do a picture with them. So I'm going to go with the idea of we're going to make a cloud. We're going to use clouds to do this. Or at least going to do our best to. Remember now, if you add in too much detail, then it'll change what it is. So let's do this. Okay. We're going to actually try and create kind of a picture. I mean, if you go outside on a day that has some clouds and all, you'll see there's some interesting pictures you can turn around in your imagination and pull out of the clouds. You'll see interesting pictures in the clouds if your imagination just pulls them out, whatever the shape looks like and resembles most to you. So we're going to turn in, that's what we're sort of going to do right here. Okay. Now, And there's all kinds of different kinds of clouds. So we got this right here. Okay. So this is right here partly what we have. Now, let's say I'm actually going to turn around and do this. We're going to put a little interesting shape right here. Okay. There you go. That's the next shape. But instead of us doing real curvy lines, we're going to turn around and make these lines go all the way like this. Okay. Which should, if I've got it just like it looks like I got it, does give us a little, yeah, there you go, gives us a little extra on that. There you go. Gives us the specific shape. So what I'm actually going to do though is to create more or less like an illusion here. What you're going to do is I'm going to actually make a darker cloud. The darker cloud is going to be from here. So everything below this line right here, in between everything, there's the darker of the clouds. These ones right here are slightly different colors. That's what the plan is. Okay, so right this minute I could go and get some ink pens and I could turn around and do it that way. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to do this. I don't have my ink pens and all with me right this second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Now, my videos, I'm going to try not to make them too long. I know that everybody, well, not everybody wants to sit through a 40-something minute video. So let's try to be as quick as we can with this. Because I honestly try not to turn around and do too much editing on my videos. Kind of feel like you lose a little something on your videos when you edit. But now that's how I feel. It doesn't always hurt anything, and I do sometimes still edit. Now, remember, if you're any pencil you're using doing this, I can go ahead and tell you, this is going to leave material behind. So, see, you can see my fingers clean when I do that. Let's see, it should, yeah, I don't know if you can see it real good, but it's on my finger already when you do that. Ah, there you go. See on the eraser. The eraser was white, and now it's got a little bit of pencil on it where I just did that. So you're going to get that when you do this with the pencils. You can build up, you can do slower. Like I said, I'm going to try to be as quick as I can. So with the image, so it's going to be a little different. Okay, so I'll come right back. Okay, so here you go. Yes, I did pause it for a second. Had to, something came up, I needed to do that to take care of. That's fine. Doesn't hurt anything. So I went ahead and I finished filling in the areas I was talking about. Now, no, it's not super dark right this second. Okay, I had two, and I got one. Hang on one second. Okay, there you go. Found the other one. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to real quick do this. Because, like I said, I'm going to try to be as fast as I can, but you can see. Okay, there we go. This is a good way to help spread out the material, make it a little it makes it a little bit less smudge. Where it gets on your finger, it will just get on your finger and smudge and just start messing up on all the other things. It does help with that to do this. This also gives you really cool, well, it gives you the ability to shade and make darker spots even. So here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. And like I said, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make a picture, but using clouds. Because like I said, I wanted to show you how to do clouds. But at the same time, clouds are a fairly simple thing. I mean, you can do almost any shape, and that you can make that into a cloud. Any shape will, even just a regular round shape, you could probably make a cloud out of. It's about how you put it in, the lines that you choose to go with it and all. So, either way, I decided, why not do it this way? Why not show you not only how to do clouds, but why not how to do maybe a picture, kind of a picture with the clouds. So now remember, this whole picture is nothing but clouds. So even this, back behind this that I'm shading, that is also just that, a cloud. It's nothing real fancy, it's nothing else. It's just a cloud. It's just a really darker cloud. Now, as you can see, what we need to do is I need to darken this a little bit more. But definitely on a time constraint thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually more or less pause it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to come right back after I finish doing a little bit, because basically what I'm going to do is this. You saw me shade. I didn't show you the whole process of doing all this area. I didn't show you all the area. And yeah, you're going to get some of these lines in it when you're doing it. It's better to hold your pencil like this. It is better. It leaves less lines behind. But it doesn't always happen. Even people who do this constantly, that's just something you just learn as you go along. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and pause this, and I'll come back with the picture in a minute. It's dark. See, I'm going to darken this a little bit more on the outskirts. I'm going to probably go with a little bit of a lighter gray tone here in this area, try to lighten it. I'm not going to go as dark even with that one, and I might do a little bit of shading here. So I'll come right back for you. Okay, here we go. I've come back just like I said. As you can see, there you go. I darkened it a little bit. Now, of course, with the light on, with the excess light on here, you might have a hard time telling, but I did put a little bit of a grayer tone here. Now, it's not real dark. It's a little bit of a grayer tone. And then up here, I left it still pretty light. And, I mean, you can always come in and do this and, use whatever to lighten it up a little bit. Now, of course, like I'm using a red one, so it might be better to use one like that to do it. But there you go. So, and of course, you can put little lines, little dots and stuff in here because it is clouds. So there you go. Either way, you can do more. You can do tons more. I'm actually not going to change this anymore. I'm going to leave it just like it is. So, now here you go. So, you can see I did a picture, and I did it with clouds. So you get the clouds, and so you got a back cloud that's real dark. Real dark. It'll be more of a storm cloud. But see, then you have this cloud right here, and it just seems to be floating in front of it. And you got this one down here that's floating below it. And they're all a little bit different angles. But what you get is this is the kind of picture that you get. This is sort of like a mountain shape. And then this right here, because of how it landed, is almost that of like a little lake. And then, of course, if you leave this area blank right here, there's nothing really up here. And then you put these clouds right here. Then you actually can turn around and do this and add a couple birds in. I mean, they're still off in the distance in a way. But do something like that. There you go. Do something like that right there. And then you have birds and they're flying around. So it almost looks like you turn around and just drew a mountain picture. But you can tell there's clouds. I mean, because you got this extra here. You got the extra roundness in some of this area. So it just gives you that look. So this was how to draw clouds, and then also how you can turn around and make a picture out of that. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time on ACV Customized. Have a great one, and pray the Lord will help you in the ways that you need, and that you'll well, that everything will work out like it's supposed to, according to His will. See you later. So long.